This module covers general information regarding inspection procedures for aftermarket parts. It is not all-inclusive and does not replace or supersede any applicable Smog Check or Automotive Repair Act laws and regulations. This module on aftermarket parts will guide you through the visual inspection procedure. It will assist you in recognizing aftermarket parts along with identifying catalytic converters. You will learn how to research ARB executive orders and identify resources available to inspectors. The Smog Check inspector should use all available resources to determine the vehicle has the correct emission control equipment. The vehicle's emission control information label, commonly known as the underhood label, should be the inspector's first source for determining the vehicle's emission control requirements. In addition, the inspector must use the most current emission control application guides, emission repair manuals, manufacturer recalls, and technical service bulletins. Emission component location guides and vacuum routing diagrams can be very useful in determining required emission control components. ARB approved aftermarket parts must have an APL affixed near or directly to the part. This label should contain the ARB executive order number, which can be used to verify the part's approval or exemption. A missing or illegible APL does not constitute an inspection failure. In these cases, the inspector may proceed with the inspection, provided the parts can be confirmed as ARB approved or exempted by comparing the part number with the ARB listings or the manufacturer's parts catalog.
New aftermarket converters produced and sold before January 1st, 2009 are labeled according to U.S. EPA requirements. A code in the following format below will be stamped or affixed to the shell of the converter. The T as a placeholder would indicate either N for new aftermarket converters or U for certified used converters. CARB staff has found that this character is sometimes omitted on new aftermarket converters. The CA placeholder indicates that the converter has been CARB approved. The MC placeholder is a 2-character code for the converter manufacturer. The XXXX placeholder is the converter's part or series number. Keep in mind that the number may be longer than 4 digits. The YYYY placeholder is the date of manufacture. The first 2 digits indicate the month and the last 2 indicate the year.
Here's an example of the pre-January 1st, 2009 labeling for most California catalytic converters. If there is a problem in determining the proper application, the inspector can refer the consumer to the referee. Here is a list of some valid manufacturer codes for pre-January 1st, 2009 catalytic converters.
The label for converters meeting California's new requirements will be slightly different and will appear on all new aftermarket converters approved for use in California after January 1st, 2009. The format is shown below. DXXXXX. This is the CARB approval number for the converter, also known as the EO number. Every EO number will begin with the letter D. YYY, the part number for the converter assigned by the manufacturer. And finally, ZZZZ is the date of manufacture. The first 2 digits indicate the month and the last 2 represent the year.
Catalytic converters manufactured after January 1st, 2009 can be labeled in several ways. Here are 2 examples of labeling: a laser etching and a stamp spot welded plate. Both designs meet ARB requirements. The ARB website has a searchable database to locate the appropriate catalytic converter by vehicle make, year, model, and engine size as illustrated in this slide. This example shows the applicable catalytic converters for a 1998 Chrysler Town & Country with a 3.8-liter V6 engine. Here is an example of an aftermarket parts label for a Howell fuel injection system approved for use on 1972 through 1993 Jeep vehicles. The aftermarket parts label designates the ARB executive order number D-452-2, which should be verified by the inspector to ensure that there are no special requirements detailed in the executive order. Here is a photo of the Howell throttle body injection system that matches the approved aftermarket parts label and the ARB executive order. The inspector must ensure that the conversion has been done correctly before proceeding with the smog check inspection.
Let's go through an example of an aftermarket parts verification for air cleaner or air assembly. All 1995 model year and older gasoline and diesel vehicles without a thermostatic air cleaner do not require an EO for an aftermarket air cleaner. Changes are acceptable provided all required emission controls are connected. 1996 model year and newer gasoline vehicles do require the verification of an EO for an aftermarket air cleaner. This includes all model year vehicles equipped with a thermostatic air cleaner.
As an inspector, you must look for labels like this. The label provided in the K&N Typhoon Intake System Kit will make it easy for an inspector to confirm that this kit is ARB approved.
Here is an example of an aftermarket header installed on a 1995 Saturn, which would result in a smog check failure. Notice the manufacturer name and part number are not present, nor is there an indication of an ARB label. Before failing the vehicle, the inspector should check with the consumer to see if there is any additional documentation to verify the installed parts are ARB compliant.
BAR's Smog Check Manual, Smog Check Reference Guide, and ARB's website are very important sources of information to help smog check inspectors determine whether or not an aftermarket part is approved for the vehicle being tested. Most aftermarket parts have an APL affixed near or directly to the part. This label should contain the ARB executive order number, which can be used to verify the part's approval or exemption. In some cases, a BAR referee label may provide additional information to the visual requirements of the vehicle. These are all valuable tools that will assist you in properly testing any vehicles that come into your shop. Please use all available resources to properly inspect a problem vehicle.
Thank you for viewing Module 6 of the California Smog Check Program Training Series.